I think it's fair to say that 2019 was a real pivotal year for the PlayStation 4 in terms of its library, and one area the PS4 really excelled at in 2019 was free-to-play offerings. Going into the PlayStation 4's generation, I did not think free-to-play experiences were going to be as big as they were, but there were a plethora of free-to-play games released in 2019, and it offers PlayStation consumers a lot of options in playing games for free. Yes, it has to be said that all of these games do have microtransactions, they gotta make money somehow, but a lot of them offer quality free experiences as well, and it gives gamers a chance to play these games with no investment at all outside of your time, which is important, but nonetheless, in this video I want to go over 11 recent free PS4 games that have come out, so without further ado, we've got a lot to get over, so let's get right into it. First up, I'll mention a game that I've been high on for quite a bit. I've been mentioning it frequently, but that is Dauntless. Now, Dauntless had the unfortunate fate of it was announced well before Monster Hunter World, and I know Monster Hunter has been around for a long time, but Monster Hunter was never a focal point in current generation gaming. It was always relegated to like Nintendo platforms, portable platforms like the PSP, and then Dauntless got announced, and it was like, okay, it's gonna offer a Monster Hunter style of experience on the PlayStation 4, and then of course Capcom swooped in with Monster Hunter World, and that game was tremendous, and it really took the wind out of the sails of Dauntless. However, Dauntless came out earlier in 2019 on the PS4, and it turned out to be really good. It takes place in a fantasy setting, and it's got a lot of similar attributes. However, it does have a pretty slick art style, and it has the benefit of being a free game, so you don't have any investment right out of the gate, and Phoenix Labs has done a phenomenal job in keeping the game updated, and always giving you a reason to come back and play it again. I think they've done a really good job with Dauntless amidst the competition, amidst everybody high on Monster Hunter World, and that game being so good, but Dauntless has given a lot of reason for consumers to check it out, and I do think it's been a great experience. And check it out if you're a fan of this style of game, or you want that style of experience, but maybe you don't want to drop the money on Monster Hunter World. Give Dauntless a look. I do think it's a lot of fun, especially with a couple of friends. Next up, one of the most popular PC free-to-play experiences finally made its way over to PlayStation 4 in 2019, and that is Path of Exile. Path of Exile is a game that is often compared to Diablo. Of course, it is a free-to-play, and Grinding Gear Games has also done a phenomenal job with this game in keeping it updated, fresh, rolling out new content all the time. It has been received really well, winning Game of the Year awards back when it initially came out on PC back in like 2013, and the game has you play as an exile struggling to survive on the Dark Continent. You fight to earn power that'll allow you to exact your revenge against those who wronged you. Created by hardcore gamers, Path of Exile is an online action RPG set in a dark fantasy world. Now, this is a game that, yes, while you can play it entirely free, the investment is there, and the investment comes in the form of time. You can spend a lot of time in Path of Exile. We're talking north of 100, 200, 300, 500, 1,000 hours. That is not hyperbole. I know people that have spent north of 1,000 hours in Path of Exile, and it has that much replayability to it, and there's always reason to come back and play it again. It's been a phenomenal experience on PlayStation 4, works pretty well, and I definitely give that one a recommendation. Next up is a rather interesting one. This one kind of quietly released, but I know some of you guys are a big fan of the mecha genre, and maybe you're a big fan of Gundam. Well, did you know there's a free-to-play Gundam game on the PlayStation 4? Yes, that is Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2. Join players around the globe in 6v6 team online battles. The highly acclaimed free-to-play Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2 came to the West exclusively on PlayStation 4. Fight for your survival in intense 6v6 team online battles with players all around the world. And it's not just Gundam battles, you've got infantry battles on there as well, so you can be a foot soldier that can place bombs in enemy bases or request support fire to contribute to the cause. You can acquire and customize your mobile suits, earn DP to customize and develop your mobile suits, and use tokens for a chance to add a powerful mobile suit to your arsenal. And it's also ever evolving, engage in new content made available via regular updates and in-game events. I know for a lot of you guys this game would be right up your alley, so definitely give Battle Operation 2 a look. Next up, we have another popular PC free-to-play title that made its transition to the PlayStation 4, World of Warships. World of Warships is a free-to-play naval warfare-themed massively multiplayer online game produced and published by Wargaming, and it is a more slow-paced tactical-based game, so bear that in mind, but this game has had a lot of longevity to it as well. The warships presented in the game cover periods from the early 20th century at the dawn of dreadnought battleships up to the warships from the 1950s, including ships that were planned but never put into production. The game specifically has 4 different types of ships: destroyers, cruisers, battleships, and aircraft carriers. It's been one that's had a lot of sustainability on a variety of different platforms, and on the PlayStation 4 it works pretty well. That's another one that dropped last year. Next up, Battle Royale has definitely made an impact in the free-to-play genre, and Apex Legends has been one of the major games. Now, Apex Legends came in like a tidal wave when it released back in February of 2019 After that, it quieted down a little bit, but that's the case with any game that has that initial steam outside of a very few select titles. Apex Legends still offers to be a quality Battle Royale title, and for some people, this is exactly the Battle Royale style of game that they want. The game is set in the same sci-fi universe as Respawn's Titanfall 2, and you guys know how I feel about that game. Apex Legends was a great experience, and it's been getting a lot of updates, and if you're a fan of Battle Royale, or you want to try a different kind of Battle Royale game, I know Fortnite is the go-to title, but Apex Legends offers a lot to like, and I really want to see this game have some sustained level of success, and really for Electronic Arts, it's been one of their premier releases in recent memory. Another one of their premier releases, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, done by the same studio, Respawn, so goes to show how well Respawn has been doing in the last year or so. Next up, to stay on the topic of Battle Royale, how about Realm Royale, a free-to-play Battle Royale game done by Heroic Leap Games and published by Hi-Rez, a very notable force in the free-to-play genre. The gameplay, similarly to a lot of other Battle Royale titles, 100 players drop down. This one has the added benefit of a couple of different elements, but generally speaking, it retains a lot of the fundamental aspects that do make Battle Royale games relatively engaging. It's been received rather well, especially after a lot of the updates. This is a game that I think has gotten considerably better since its inception, especially back on PC. If you look at the PC release back in mid-2018, it's considerably better than that. You've got deadly weapons, powerful abilities, and everything in between. Again, if you want a different kind of Battle Royale experience, Realm Royale retains the fundamentals, but also offers some new stuff that makes it a rather compelling experience. Next up, we have Caravan Stories. Caravan Stories is the type of game that Japanese RPG fans should definitely give a look. It definitely has a look that is going to cater towards some people and not very much so to others. However, I do think that look resonates with the people that are into it. And while you might say that the gameplay is a little bit simplistic, it definitely is. It has some elements of a mobile game in there. However, once you start playing the game, there is a level of depth to the game that I feel like the game doesn't get credit for. You've got a variety of different races, 6 allies of different races, an interwoven story. You've got orc, elf, human, Gessi, dwarf, and lizardmen, constantly updated as well. You've got raids, duels, a variety of different skills. You can go co-op, PvP, solo, and it offers you quite a bit of options. Caravan Stories, I think, a pretty decent free-to-play title. Not the best, but one that I think is worth a look. Alright, next up, we have Switchblade. Switchblade notes that war is the new sport, and Switchblade, an arena-based 5v5 vehicular action game that combines high-octane combat with an ever-shifting selection of strategic choices. This game is a little bit Twisted Metal, a little bit Rocket League, and it couples all that together, and it does that very well. And Switchblade seamlessly switch between heavily armed vehicles at any time to create endless tactical choices, chase down a rival in a speedy fighter, then swap to a heavy-duty battle wagon to attack your competitor's tower as your teammates switch between healers and artillery to back you up. One of the unique gameplay features of Switchblade is choosing 2 vehicles before the match, which can be swapped at any time. This is critical in the game as over the course of the match there are different scenarios emerging from the constantly evolving battle happening on the battlefield. Switchblade has been built from the ground up to support esports. Every player is portrayed as a virtual character. Start the game in a Hall of Champions where you can jump into a game lobby or personalize your character cosmetically and continue to play the game, and you'll be able to unlock tech chips that tweak your skills even further. Switchblade is out right now. It's also going through some improvements right now, but check it out if you do want that style of game. Next up, here's one that is of an IP that would resonate with a lot of people. Dissidia Final Fantasy NT got a free edition. Now, Dissidia Final Fantasy NT was a game that I wasn't too high on. I played Dissidia Final Fantasy on the PlayStation Portable. I played its sequel and I loved those games. Dissidia Final Fantasy NT kind of simplifies the formula. Does it have a lot of appeal? Absolutely. If you're a fan of Final Fantasy, there's a lot to like here, and it'll hit home for you. The free edition, so what do you get with that? In the free edition, you can play online and offline battles with 4 pre-selected characters. The characters change weekly. Story mode is, however, not available in the free edition, and some aspects of the free version do differ from the full version of the game in addition to the aforementioned differences. You must be a PS Plus subscriber to play this one, but it still offers a quality fighting game experience, and you can get all of the other characters, or you can buy the game outright. However, I would check out the free version, see how you like it, and then go from there. Again, a lot of you guys are Final Fantasy fans, and this one would be right up your alley. Alright, moving on from that, very similar to Dissidia Final Fantasy NT, another fighting game that got a free-to-play variant, Dead or Alive 6 Core Fighters, the free version of the newest installment of the leading fighting entertainment franchise, as it notes itself, Dead or Alive 6. The free version, which allows use of many game modes including online matches, however, only a limited number of playable characters are available, and the story mode will be locked. The remaining characters in the story mode can be purchased separately as downloadable content. Dead or Alive is one of those fighting games that I think a lot of people will like. The fast-paced nature of the game is going to be something that a lot of people gravitate towards. Not my personal cup of tea, but I did want to give that a mention as a quality fighting title. And lastly, something that is kind of missing from the PlayStation 4's library, at least it doesn't have a lot of it, is MOBA MOBAs, but Genesis does offer a pretty cool little MOBA. Genesis is an action-packed classic MOBA focusing on competitive 5v5 online play for control of the battlefield. Themed around a futuristic sci-fi settings, Genesis will offer a rich roster of 28 original heroes as well as various skins, weapons, and other cosmetics to choose from. Core gameplay will include a competitive PvP mode as well as single-player and co-op PvE conquest mode. Again, the MOBA offerings on the PlayStation 4 are a little bit few and far between. Smite is, of course, there, but Genesis offers another one that is presented in a little bit of a different fashion. So I wanted to give that a shout, as MOBA has always been a core component to the free-to-play offerings on PC. And that is going to conclude this video. Again, I think it is clear to see that free-to-play gaming is here to stay on consoles and on the PlayStation 4 heading into the PlayStation 5. Might not be for everyone, but I do think out of all of these games, given the variety of what these games are, you've got RPGs like Path of Exile, you've got MMOs, you've got Battle Royales in Apex Legends and Realm Royale. Gundam is something a lot of people are all over. A Monster Hunter-like experience, a monster hunting experience, I should say, in Dauntless. There's a lot of quality stuff that I think everybody can find something to get really into. That's gonna conclude this video. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.